Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well, day or night, whenever you tune in to see this. So this is going to be a general reading for Pisces, water sign Pisces, all right? And it is for November 9th through November 23rd, okay? It is also a timeless reading, meaning for some of you guys it could resonate, 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, days, weeks, hours, minutes, years, etc. So you always have to kind of find where you fit in if you do, right? And that's, kind of goes to my other point as well, is that I always encourage everybody, if they haven't already, to get their own, birth chart online just by Googling it and getting a free one done. You can find out your other placements. So for instance, this reading could resonate for you if you are a sun sign Pisces, a rising Pisces, your moon is in Pisces, or even your Venus is in Pisces, okay? And even if you don't have any of those, we all have the 12 zodiac signs throughout our birth chart. So it may still have some type of meaning for you, all right? So always keep that in mind as well. And since Pisces, you had to wait for the last reading since I got a little bit under the weather, right? I wanted to make sure I did your guys' reading ahead of time so you would have that and not have to have, you be at the end again. So sometimes I go forward and through the zodiac, and sometimes I go backwards. So we're going to go backwards now. So anyway, I've pulled all of your cards here, and we're going to get into your reading in just a moment. I did want to also say that I do take one photo at the end, right? And I post it online in case you want to look at it while you watch or listen, or pull it up later to see it in more detail. So in case that's something that you want to do, all you have to do is click in the description box below, right? And just follow the instructions there on how to get to my Facebook page to see the photo, if that's something that you want to do. All right, so let's get into it here, Pisces. So we're going to start with your first main 6 cards in the center, and then work outwards into the tarot confirmation cards that I use another deck for, and then also talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck to get even more information here. And at the very end we'll do a couple oracle cards before you go. All right, so also wanted to say too that, of course, if you're new, right, welcome, and if you're coming back, of course, welcome back as well. Both are equally important. And if this isn't your reading, right, never force it, okay? It could be the energy of the other person that you're dealing with, or people, if it's multiple people, or it could be the general environment situation. But that's why I always have that little speech in the beginning to check your other placements, because depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with your rising sign or your moon sign. It kind of just really depends on what's going on for you. All right, so let's go ahead and call these cards out here. So Pisces, you have the 3 of sacred circles in the reverse position. You have 8 of sacred circles in the right side up position, the 4 of cups in the right side up position, the Prince of Cups in the reverse position, the 6 of cups right side up, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. So you have definitely a lot of cups in this reading. Let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have 5 cups cards in your reading. Some are right side up, or some are upside down or reversed, okay? So cups represents emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, emotional priorities, okay? So that could be definitely a theme for this time, for this reading, but we'll get more into it as we go over each card. And you do also have one repeating card that we'll go over a little bit later as well. All right, so Pisces, though, to start off your reading here, you have the 3 of sacred circles in the reverse position, also known as the 3 of pentacles in the reverse position, okay? And this could be energy from the recent past, and what is recent, you have to ask yourself that, just like in the beginning when I was saying that this reading was timeless, right? The recent past could be a couple days for you, hours, minutes, weeks, months, years, right? But there was something going on here where you weren't feeling all the way abundant, or you were having a hard time manifesting your abundance and dealing with the day-to-day in your routine in some way here, okay, when that 3 of sacred circles is in the reverse position. And so it could just be a little bit of a blockage here, right? And also the way that this card is shown in this deck is that you know, there's 3 drums, right? The 3 sacred circles are also the pentacles. And what is abundance isn't just money, right? It's whatever you want to manifest in your life or get rid of, etc., right? But you have this eagle and this bear spirit that are on 2 of the drums here, and also in the background, right? If you're looking at the card right side up in the sky here, okay, even though it's reversed for you. So there could be something about you know, having the ability to see something from a higher perspective, just like a bird, but also having courage and hibernation skills like the bear, right? There could be something off in regards to, again, something with your routine, or feeling overwhelmed with trying to keep up with the day-to-day stuff in some way there. So this is actually where my spirit guides wanted me to talk to you about, you know, what was on the top and the bottom of one of your decks here, Pisces, to kind of get into why this card might have shown up in the position, in the place that it's at, okay? So we're going to talk about it in relation with the 10 of Swords in the right side up position here, and the 6 of Sacred Circles, or also known as 6 of Pentacles, in the reverse position. And again, this is past energy, right? And what is past? You have to ask yourself that. It's different for everybody, but we're talking about it in relation to the 3 of Sacred Circles in the reverse position. So in the recent past here, Pisces, there could have been somebody, right, not necessarily you, it could have been the other person that you were dealing with, a general environment situation where they had a lot of anxiety, overthinking, too much up in their head, okay, mental confusion, right, or just general exhaustion in the recent past with the 10 of Swords in the right side up position there. Now also, when you put it together with the 6 of Sacred Circles in the reverse position, normally the 6 of Sacred Circles would talk about giving back to others, right? Not just money, but energy, time, helping someone learn a skill, helping someone carry their groceries, whatever it may be. But it's in the reverse position, so it's a little bit of like this ungrateful energy here in the recent past. And again, it doesn't have to be you, Pisces. It can be people around you or in your environment, okay? But this is kind of why the 3 of Sacred Circles, your first card, is in the reverse position. This kind of maybe disrupted your routine in some way and disrupted your moving forward on your abundance here, all right? But you really only have, excuse me, like 1 or 2 blockages in your reading, which isn't too bad. Excuse me. So always, you know, keep that in mind as well. You have some really good cards coming up here. I also wanted to mention some of the other zodiac signs I see in your reading here as far as just the major arcana. So we have some Gemini, Sagittarius energy. We also have Scorpio. Yeah, so Gemini, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Sagittarius, or Scorpio, or you have a lot of that in your chart, or they do, or you know, in the environment, right? Definitely right now when I'm filming this, okay, it's obviously Scorpio season, and we have like 3 planets right now in Scorpio. So that could be some of that Scorpio energy in one of the cards that I see, but we'll get into that later. All right, so going forward into your second card here in the main 6, Pisces, you have the 8 of Sacred Circles. So just like that, you're able to get out of that blockage, right? And now come into this more abundant energy here of learning a skill, a craft, right? Doing some type of apprenticeship energy. But it's 8, right? So 8 is closer to 10, okay? And so it is about stacking your abundance, about being more grounded, but also about having that youthful spirit of learning, being open to learning new things, which of course makes you more abundant and grateful moving forward, okay? And so this could be, you know, I forgot to mention in the beginning, right, that first row in the main 6 is energy starting around November 9th. It could be a little bit before, a little bit after. It's not exact. Going through the rest of this week and this upcoming weekend. And then that second row here in the main 6 is energy in the second week going till about November 23rd or so, okay? So by the time we get to this 8 of Sacred Circles that I just showed you, this could be, you know, right? Today's Wednesday, the middle of the week. It could be more even Thursday, Friday energy. Again, it will be different for everybody, okay? But then you have a little bit of slowing down of energy here. And again, a little bit of like going back to that energy in the past with the Six of Sacred Circles or Six of Pentacles in reverse, right? Of not feeling grateful or being able to give back to others, right? Because then you have the Four of Cups as your third card here, all right? And so this talks about, you know, not being completely satisfied with what you're currently being offered, your current life situations, circumstances, options, okay? But not realizing, right, because this guy is looking at these three cups and he's like, oh, whatever, but not realizing that if he changes his perspective just a little bit slightly, or remains more patient, that the universe will provide that fourth cup that will give better options, circumstances in life that you will tend to you know, vibe with better, or the person you're dealing with will vibe with better, or your general environment situation here. So it's just kind of like a slowing down of energy, but it's also like, you know, it's hard to manifest new things when you're not, you know, necessarily feeling grateful for what you already have. Okay, so I'll just leave that little TED talk there and we'll keep going. All right, now your fourth card here in the main six is the Prince of Cups in the reverse position. Now this could have something to do with some of the astrology that was going on, because I believe this card was also in the Scorpio reading, but you know, I have been making, or will be making, if you guys like, I've been doing separate astrology videos to talk about that. So always check that video out as well, because if I keep seeing it through all the other signs, then it will definitely be some kind of collective unconscious astrology energy influencing your reading as well, okay? But with this Prince of Cups in the reverse position, this is stagnant energy, again, a little bit, slowing down of energy even more, and trying to figure out what's going on with the emotions, right? The emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, emotional priorities, right? With this Knight of, Prince, the same thing as Knight. Prince of Cups in the reverse position, okay? So it also talks about communication. So in this second week here, there could be a communication that you were going to give, or someone was going to give to you, or general signs from the universe, right? Maybe didn't come through yet, or was put on hold, or wasn't well received because it is in the reverse position. But it doesn't look like this stops you for long here, Pisces, because literally the next card you have is the Six of Cups in the right side up position. All right, and this is a beautiful energy of childhood nostalgia, right, of sharing, give and take, also of the roles of teacher and student, which often switch. So you see this young guy and he's looking at this like alchemist dude, okay, and he's like, teach me all the stuff about the magics, right, and the alchemy, okay. And so when this card comes up, it could be saying that you know, after you get this communication that didn't necessarily happen the way you wanted, or the way they wanted, or etc., but maybe the communication brings up something from your past, because the Six of Cups is also that childhood nostalgia, or people from your past, not even necessarily your childhood, right? But it also can bring up, for some people, not everybody, the idea of being naive like a child and thinking things are always going to be you know, happy puppies and rainbows all the time, okay? So it could be that when this card shows up in the middle of that second week here, that you or the person you're dealing with, or general environment situation, needs to have a more adult point of view, not a bitter point of view, but a more realistic point of view of the good and the bad in regards to some type of communication or issues from the past here. All right. Now, let me just show you really quickly before we go forward, because this is actually a repeating card. You have two Six of Cups, one from each deck here, and they're both in the right side up position. One is past energy and one is the current energy we were just talking about in that second week here. So anytime this happens, this is a particular message from Spirit to pay even more attention to that particular note, okay? Because there's usually 72 cards in each tarot deck, and I shuffle and, you know, cut the cards many times. And so when it comes out like that, and it doesn't always happen in a lot of readings, it really is a particular thing to look out for. Okay, so moving forward. Your 6th card here in the main center is another cup card, right? Your Queen of Cups in the reverse position here. And this energy could be, again, more towards, you know, let's say November 18th through the 23rd. Again, it's not exactly a little bit before, a little bit after, right? But this is, again, something coming up for you or the person you're dealing with, your general environment situation, where there isn't emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, or emotional priorities being given here, okay? It also could be, for some of you guys, I'm just getting a little bit of a feeling of scared of leveling up in some way. Because remember, you have some princes in your reading. You have the 6 of Cups, which shows the child and the teacher in this deck, right? And then you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. For just a small few of you, maybe some of you are scared of leveling up in some way, or you're not feeling particularly confident in your leadership skills, you know, with this energy in the reverse position as well here, okay? But we're going to go into right now why this card has come up and talk about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, while I put on my sweater, because the sun is going down and it's getting a little bit chilly. So just give me a second. Okay, so going forward, right, when we're talking about this Queen of Cups in the reverse position here, we're going to also talk about it. That past energy was on the top and the bottom. So in this past energy here, Pisces, you have the Tower in the right side up position, that Scorpio energy, okay? And then you have the 6 of Cups in the right side up position as well. So in the recent past, there could have been some type of change, a small change, a big change, an enlightenment, a spiritual download, a revelations, a aha, I finally understand something moment with yourself or with somebody else. And it could be something to do with the past or childhood issues from the past, or coming out of, again, that naive energy of things always going to be good all the time, right? Now, when it comes together with this Queen of Cups in the reverse position, maybe this is something to do with your emotions of saying, you know, when changes do come up here, Pisces, when we think of water signs, we think of emotions. I mean, everyone has emotions, right? But maybe certain signs that have more water, certain people have more water in their chart, feel the emotions a little bit deeper or in a different way than most, right? And so maybe this is just a little bit of saying that when these changes come up in life, as they do, to balance the emotions. And, you know, also the 6 of Cups talks about, you know, I forgot to mention this earlier, talks about like our inner child, right? I couldn't think of the word for a second. I was like, what is it? Your inner child, right? So on the positive side of the 6 of Cups, it could be, you know, taking these changes with this kind of youthful energy of, okay, I'm going to have some fun with this, and I'm going to try not to stress out, and I'm going to try to have an equal give and take with others, etc. But, you know, always take it how it resonates for you. So now going forward, let's get into your confirmation cards here as well. I'll call them out, and then we'll kind of go in order, and then the birds will fly away in the background, the geese, right, and the ducks. All right, so you have the Magician in the right side up position here, Pisces. You have the 4 of Pentacles in the right side up position, and you have the King of Pentacles in the right side up position. So it's really interesting. I said in the beginning of the reading, you have like 4 or 5 Cups cards, right? And then you also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you also have 5. You have five Pentacle cards. Okay, so Pentacles is abundance. What is abundance? Whatever you want in your life or don't want in your life. So again, the theme of the reading could be emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, emotional priorities, and then also what is my abundance, okay? All right, so we'll go in order here, though. You have the Magician in the right side up position, and this is also past energy. All right, and this is a little bit of Gemini, Sagittarius energy here. Okay, but when this Magician comes in through the past, right, this is saying that at some point, either you yourself or the person you're dealing with, or people, environment, was feeling very confident. They felt like they had all the tools that they needed to manifest whatever that they were working on. Okay, also this is just a feeling again of abundance and growth and changing, you know, better for the future, right? So when this card comes in here and we're talking about it in relation to the Three of Sacred Circles in the reverse position and the Prince of Cups also in the reverse position, and I'm going to shift my leg a little bit. Okay, so hopefully you can still see me in the cards here and hear me over the decks and stuff. But yeah, this is saying here, Pisces, that with this Magician in the right side up position in the past, you know, this could have been what I was saying in the beginning of your reading, right, with the Three of Sacred Circles in reverse, where maybe you weren't seeing something from a higher perspective, or you were having a hard time with something to do with courage or the power and confidence of the bear and the bear hibernation spirit, right? The bear, hopefully you can see it here, right, if the card was right side up. So when we talk about that, yes, they're agreeing with me. They're like, yeah. When we talk about that in relation to the Magician is that confidence energy. So maybe there is something going on here as far as, again, for momentum, emotional priorities, emotional fulfillment, emotional boundaries, right? Yeah, I forgot to say that too, emotional boundaries, of course. And so when that comes in here and we mix it with the Magician and it brings up courage, power, confidence, right? Those things definitely will help you manifest or not manifest depending on where their levels are within yourself, okay? So that's just a little note there. All right, I'm going to wait for those ducks to stop for a second, maybe. Okay. All right, now your second confirmation card here is the Four of Pentacles in the right side up position, and this again, past energy here, Pisces. So this is a little bit of this like restrictive energy. So the duckies and the geese are leaving, yes. This is that restrictive energy of the Four of Pentacles I was talking about, where it could be there's somebody, whether it's you yourself or another person or people you're dealing with, or general environment situation, is really trying to control something and operating from a place of fear or lack, okay? And this is in the past, right? And so it's like there's never enough. I have to hug all these pentacles and guard them from other people, which we know is not necessarily true. It's a mindset that we can learn at a certain point in our life, and we can unlearn it too, right? But anyway, when this Four of Pentacles, right, is coming in here and confirming the Eight of Sacred Circles, or Eight of Pentacles right side up, and then that Six of Cups that we talked about earlier as well, right side up, okay? So this could be saying here, Pisces, that, you know, when you get out of that fearful energy or that restrictive energy or operating from a place of fear, or the other person or people, environment does, the more that you can let go of that, let go of the control, okay, then you can start learning new things. You can start working on your abundance again and slowly moving forward. And again, bringing in that youthful curiosity, right, of the Six of Cups and the inner child and being the student, okay? All right, so let's keep going forward. Now your last confirmation card here, Pisces, is the King of Pentacles in the right side up position. Hopefully you can see it there, okay? And so this is more future energy. The other confirmation cards are usually past energy, but this is a more future kind of energy to it. And you see this strong king, right? And he's sitting on his throne. He's got the tree, you know, behind him, behind the throne. He has a lot of support around him. People look up to him. That's pretty, right? You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's pretty. Beautiful. see exactly what I'm seeing, but I like to be in the natures. Yes, yes. So anyway, Pisces, this King of Pentacles energy, right? This is that owning your power, stepping into your power, people looking up to you. It's very similar energy to kind of the magician, that past energy that we talked about as well, of having confidence, having all the tools you need to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish here. Okay, this is the past energy with the magician, and this is more of that future energy here, okay, with the King of Pentacles. But it could be that towards these, end of November, right? You could be, or even first week of December or so, coming into feeling more support around you, relying on your support system, whatever that may be, friends, family, etc., right? Healthcare worker, whatever it is. And then that, will help you be more grounded so you can focus on your abundance and step into your own power and your own confidence as well. So when this King of Pentacles is coming in here and confirming the last two cards, right? The Four of Cups in the right side up position, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. Sorry, my leg fell asleep. We'll just stretch it out here. Okay. So when this is coming in here and it's telling us here, Pisces, that, I think I probably already said it before, but yeah, when you are able to not be always in a rush to do something, not saying that everybody is or that all Pisces are, right? But when you give into that Four of Cups energy on the plus side, right, it's like waiting for the universe to provide better options, better people, better circumstances if you just give it a little time and slightly change your perspective of what you're looking at, okay? And then also the same thing too, like this, right, is a Queen in reverse. And then you have the King in the right side up position. So it's almost like, all right guys, so the camera cut there. Hopefully you can still see me and everything. Okay. So we were talking about the Queen of Cups in reverse and the King of Pentacles in the right side up position. I was saying that if they were both right side up, right, it would be that masculine and feminine energy that is complementary to each other that we all have inside of us, right? But it's almost like the emotions or the feminine energy, because it's just a metaphor, right? Not saying that only females are emotional or feminine energy, whatever, right? I'm not talking about that. Is, something isn't happy there. Something isn't having a flow, this poetic, dream-like quality that Pisces you're really known for, right? There could be that little bit of blockage you had, but we know that if it is a slowdown or a blockage, it's usually for a good reason, because then you can rely on your support system more and become more confident and more abundant, okay? And people may even come to you for answers and help as well, and advice, all right? But really beautiful reading here, Pisces. Hopefully, you got something out of this. But that is what I have for you as far as the tarot. But before you go, I have a couple of oracle messages as well. So your first oracle message here is the Metal King, and it talks about discipline, honor, and I'm sorry, not honor, but armor. Discipline, armor. Okay, you'll see the knight right here, and boundaries. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so when I think of this energy, I definitely think of the magician, right? I think of also the King of Pentacles that we just talked about, right? So discipline. To get to these points, to get to be a king or a magician, right, you definitely have to have discipline. You definitely have to have thick skin, or you have to have your weapons and your boundaries, okay? So definitely a card to think about more in the future. And then say bye, birdies. Okay. Now, moving forward here before we lose all the lights, your second oracle message, whether you're watching for love reasons and as far as romantic love or platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love here, Pisces, your message is past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So if it's a romantic thing, a reason why you're looking at this reading, you guys have known each other before in past lives, right? Maybe even past lives, or even this life, and you didn't talk for a while and now you're talking again. Who knows, right? But this says past life, okay? And then the same thing with friends or family with platonic love. You know, a lot of people say you pick your parents, okay? I know it's like, I don't know about that, Melissa, but that's what there is a philosophy or theory out there that we pick our own parents. And so maybe our parents in this lifetime, but in the past lifetimes they were friends or lovers or whatever. Okay, so there's like a reason kind of why these past life relationships keep being repeated until there's lessons learned and we move on, right, or move forward. And then also with the past life relationship card, you have known each other before. As far as self-love, you can integrate different parts of yourself too with your self-love. So you can have, you know, ancestral spirit guides, guardian angels, passed on loved ones, all be around you and help you work on your self-love as well. All right. Now, your very last oracle card here. This is your animal oracle card. It's the cardinal. This is really pretty little bird here, okay? And so it says, the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. So I definitely feel like we talked about this throughout your reading when we talked about you had like 5 cup cards and then you also have 5 pentacle cards. So the cups, right, in the tarot mean your emotions, your spiritual pursuits, let's say. And then you could say your pentacles and your abundance, not just money, right, but whatever you're trying to manifest in your life would be the physical pleasures, okay, let's say. So you could put that with a lot of different cards here in your reading. But, you know, if you want to look into it further, I always encourage everyone to check out like the cardinal power animal shamanic meaning, or the cardinal magic that you can incorporate it into your life during this time or even after this to help you with some of these changes. But yeah, that's pretty much your reading here, Pisces. Thank you guys so much. And again, sorry about last time when I got sick. But these things happen. So anyway, you guys take care and don't get sick, all right? Make sure you bundle up and stay warm if you're on the East Coast like I am, or wherever you are in the world, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for your energy, for your likes, for your shares, for your subscriptions, which is free. It just helps the videos on my channel circulate and reach more people. So however you want to show your support, I really appreciate it. And you guys take care, and I'll see you later. All right.